Yo, welcome to another episode of Afro Gang Mentality. Man, it's a sadness that we report on sad issues every single day. We see it on the news, we hear it on the radio, on the TV, on social media, and this these conflicts don't seem to stop. I mean, if you really come to think about it, there seems to be a secret or a hidden hand behind all the conflicts that are happening around the world. I'd like to highlight first and foremost, we all know about the Palestinian-Israeli conflict. It's not a conflict, but the illegal occupation of Palestine by Israel or the Zionists. That is being well documented, well broadcast, and all attention is on them, and rightfully so. You know what I mean? The bombings, it's just unbelievable. The carnage, it's happening on a industrial scale, if I could put it that way, and which is really, really unprecedented, really unnecessary, because you killed 1,200 people. I mean, I'm not saying that is what was the right thing. It was horrific. It was not right. We condemn that action by Hamas killing innocent civilians. If they had targeted the military or the police who harassed them in Gaza, then it would be a bit understandable, that they're targeting the men and women that, target them back in Gaza Strip. But if you're going after innocent children and just normal party goers and stuff like that, people that have got like nothing to do with the war itself, then it's a different story. So we condemn Hamas for that specific action. Do you understand what I mean? But then if you look at the revenge of Israel, okay, bad enough. 1,200 were killed. So what would be the right number to exact revenge? 2,400? 5,000? 10,000? You see, for you to wipe out Hamas and then you say we'll leave no stone unturned, and then you go for the scorched earth policy, I think that is totally wrong. So you cannot kill everybody just because you're trying to kill one person. That's just not the right thing to do. I mean, if you really want to go after Hamas, you go after Hamas. If you can't get to Hamas because they're hiding the population, within the population, you kill off the terror tunnels, you kill off the networks that lead, the routes that lead into Gaza, you just blockade everything that they seem to use as resources. You get that. That is how you'll get Hamas. But at the present moment, you're not going to do it by using the scorched earth policy, by killing everything in your path. Really? You're just now creating another new wave of hatred for yourselves. And that's what the Israelis are not understanding. But now, we all know the illegal occupation of Palestine has been going on for 75 years, and everybody knows about it. It's well documented. So I don't really want to hash about that, because I know people are divided on that issue. But I don't understand why we can be divided on that issue, because 70, 80, almost like 110 years ago, there was no Israel. Israel was formed in 1947. So prior to that, what was there? And the funny thing is, people are bringing a biblical narrative to a political issue. And that, my friend, does not hold water in any argument. I mean, can you imagine saying we were here? Can you imagine saying we were here for 30 years in the Bible? We were here 2,500 years ago. Man, come on, guys. 2,500 years ago, you were here. Your ancestors. Those were not even your ancestors, because you're coming from Europe. You are coming from Eastern Europe. You're not coming from Arabia. You're not coming from the Middle East. You're coming from Australia. Are you saying my ancestors were here? Are your ancestors Arabs? Are your ancestors from the Middle East? Then that means you're not white. Understand what I'm saying? How can you be white and be from the Middle East? Oh, my ancestors are from the Middle East, but you're white. Man, okay, listen to this. Let's just say, for argument's sake, right? Your ancestors are from the land of Palestine. How is it that white people from America, white Jews from America, white Jews from Australia, white Jews from South Africa, white Jews from wherever, have rights to land in Palestine that people born in Palestine do not even have rights to? Does that even make sense to you? Yeah. This is beyond racism. It's beyond apartheid. It's beyond anything you could ever think of. So people that take the side of Israel, the Zionist side, The Jews are a different story. Don't conflate Jews and Zionism and think it's the same thing, because that's what the Zionists are doing. They simply take Zionism, which is a political ideology, and then they conflate that with the religious Judaism, and then they want to bring it all into one thing, and that's not the right thing to do. And that is how they're gaining support, because they're combining biblical issues with political agendas, and that's just not the right thing to do. But cleverly enough, they were doing it, and they got away with it for many years, decades in fact. But now the world is seeing through that no, doesn't happen that way. Come on now, we can't do that no more. But anyway, and then a lot of people are not coming with this whole narrative that, oh, a support for Palestine is a support for Hamas. How? How, dude? How? It's like saying a support for Israel, a support for the Jews, is support for the Zionists. No, it's not. Orthodox Jews don't even like the Zionists. Let's start there. They don't even like the Zionists. A real Jew will tell you that the real Jews will tell you that they do not have a land. They will not have a land until the Messiah comes, or something to that effect, if I'm not mistaken. So where do the Zionists get this thing that, no, a land for the people without a land, and then you're going to take other people's land? There were people living there before you arrived, and then you want to say, nope, that's our land. How? How, dude? How?